Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opinion Machine, the show we talk about all things gaming. My name is Killjoy, and today I am back, and this time reacting to donHaize's top 10 tracks from the Divinity Original Sin series, which there are 2 games in, so a lot of that is going to come from Divinity 1 and 2 specifically. Unfortunately, YouTube being YouTube and Jack not having an intro, we are kind of spoiled on what number 10 is. But before we go into what he's got here, which you can see number 10 is Welcome to Fort Joy, which is a good choice. I kind of wanted to... I've done a video on Divinity Original Sin 2. Now, I'm not sure which tracks he's going to pick from the first game, if I'm honest. And if we look at what I picked, so we had this is all from Divinity Original Sin 2. I had Ifan's theme, the Original Sin 2 main theme, Queen's High Seas, which is the dwarf you can play as theme, Quirky Bones, Reflections from the Past, Sing For Me, specifically Los's version, Rivalon, there's 2 versions, I think light and dark. I think that's the not light and dark, light version and like the normal version, which is I picked the normal version I think. Amber Ale, Divine's Lament, and then Dancing with Sauce, the Tambura version specifically. Out of all the tracks that are on my list, I do think some of these are going to appear in his top 10. Now, I have no idea which Divinity 1 tracks are going to appear. So, going off what I've got here, I think Divinity Original Sin 2 main theme will probably pop up. I have a feeling Ifan's theme might. Possibly Queen's High Seas. Rivalon definitely will be. Rivalon will probably be in the top 3. Probably the light version, because I know he likes that one a lot. I think Divine's Lament is one of the best tracks in the series, even though it's my number 2. But I don't think that will be on here. Quirky Bones definitely won't be. Amber Ale probably not. Dancing with Sauce probably not, unless it's the cello version, in which case he loves a bit of the old cello. Yeah, it's either going to be a fan's theme or Reflections from the Past. They're kind of the same. I think that will appear. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's waffling. So the first track is Welcome to Fort Joy, which is a good tune. To be honest, I'm only doing this because I want to see what he's picked. I have a strong feeling that a lot of the tracks that he likes are not going to be the ones that I like, and I'm kind of curious about Divinity 1 choices. I think this is a really good opening area of the game, like walking around the city. Like this music kind of sums up the fact that life's not good. Not good when you've got a collar around your neck. There's like a lot of thievery going on. There's life and hardships with the judges in the big chapel murdering people. Nice guitar work in this track as well. I say guitar, it's not just a guitar that is played. I also quite like the fact that you've got the Divinity Original Sin 2 original soundtrack thing there, but they when they updated the game, they changed the main sort of picture. And that's like of the original game. But I do like this track. It didn't really get to my top 10 because I think it's quite a dreary track on purpose. It's meant to sound kind of dreary. I can't even say it. Dreary. There we go. But it sounds... It's very much like that. But it does a very good job setting the scene. Okay, what we got up next? Okay. I think this plays when you're in the dream world. The only problem with this game is I love Divinity Original Sin 2. Can never remember where half the music plays. But I know this one. Oh, he's clearly picked it for the long 100%. This plays quite a lot somewhere in the game. I'm not sure where it is. Might be the second act. Might be when you're walking around the forest. I honestly, I know all the music. If you ever wanted to know what a donHaize track is, this track pretty much sums up most of the elements that he likes. Heavy strings, nice bit of flute. Oh, that's a nice change, isn't it? Go into more of a glockenspiel. I don't even know if that is a glockenspiel. It might be a vibraphone. It's a lot more hopeful. You can see the stark contrast between this and Fort Joy. This is I think this plays later on in the game when you're in like the forest. I cannot remember, but it has a much more hopeful vibe to it than Fort Joy, which is a really run-down crap place. This wouldn't sound out of place in Lord of the Rings, if I'm honest. It's got that kind of like, oh, we're going on an adventure. That nice big swell to that build. The brass coming in there, like really building it up. There's a lot of energy in this track. You can really feel that build underneath with the brass, really like pushing. Just keeps pushing. There's so many elements to this. You can break this track down into sections and what each instrument is doing quite easily. I mean, the music itself, music in general, kind of tells a story, which is why it's a cool name, like a part of their story. It's sort of explaining where you are in the game, going on that like adventure. There's dark turns, good turns, all these different things. There's the calm, there's the storm, there's all sorts of going on in this bit of music. That's a good trick. That's a good track. That's a good pick, I was meant to say. Not another one that I probably wouldn't have gone with myself. If not for the fact that the name of this track is incredibly long. I'd say that's a clarinet. Now it's got a bit of the main theme in there as well. Not quite, but the motif is there. It's a lot more subtle. You've got the strings sort of pushing, and then that melody over the top. It's like a quiet moment in the game. if this track gets particularly up there in energy. I think it's a much more of a softer piece. While this is playing, I'm going to be very controversial now. A lot of people like Baldur's Gate 3's soundtrack. I think it's okay. I don't think it's anywhere close to Divinity Original Sin 2 soundtrack. I think Original Sin 2 has just more memorable pieces. Baldur's Gate 3 certainly has some good tracks, but nothing that stands out. Like the battle music in Divinity Original Sin 2 is significantly better. No doubt I'll get the Baldur's Gate people after me as usual, but there we go. Never mind, eh? That's an interesting choice. I don't know if I would pick that. Oh! Okay. This is, in my opinion, I think this is one of the best tracks in the game. And we're gonna see what's after this because, quite frankly, 7? I don't think so. I think it's significantly better than that. The guitar plucking and the strings, they work so well together in this. Oh. I don't even. This is one track I don't actually know where it plays in the game. And I've played the game through like 3 times, 2.5 times. Yeah, my dude, I think I'm gonna have to grill you on some of these tracks after this because this is so good. How have you put this at 7? Oh, that build. Oh. The doubling up on 2 different instruments playing there. Oh, some simplicity there. It's just that those guitars or whatever he's plucking throughout the entire track, that's the anchor point of this entire piece. It's that boom 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 boom. Everything builds around that. It just keeps the momentum. It keeps that rhythm going, and then you can have the strings and the flutes, and you'll get a change. I hesitate to talk over this one because I really like it. A nice simple melody. Do do. Oh, so good. So much goes into crafting a piece. Well, all of this music there's a lot goes into doing it, but sometimes it's not appreciated until you really listen to songs, just how many little things are going on. Oh. This next track better be a banger because, quite frankly... Oh no. No, you've really let me down. Nothing wrong with Reaper's Coast, but... Okay, yeah, we're going to be having words. You and I. I want to take this opportunity because I don't mind Reaper's Coast. I don't think it's one of the better tracks in the game. It's pleasant, hear that. But I want to take this opportunity to sort of explain. Like me and Jack have very different tastes in music. There are some crossover, like Unreal Tournament, Divinity Original Sin 2. There's a lot of like there's specific soundtracks that we both enjoy. Emperor Battle for June. But there's a lot of we look for different things in music. I like something that has a bit of an earworm. I like that melody to be stuck in my head. I like a lot of chiptune, which he hates, which is, you know, fair enough. Like, it's not for everybody. But I come at music, especially video game music, in a way where I'm like, why do I like something? It's because it's not necessarily because it's trying to set an atmosphere. It's more memorable. I like a lot of memorable music in the sense that I can go away and hum it. And stuff like this. This is a beautiful piece of music written for a really nice area of the game. But compared to Divine's Lament, a part of their story, and even Fort Joy, like, those tracks are much more, they stand out to me. This doesn't really do anything for me. And that's usually what happens with a lot of music from games. Whereas Jack likes a lot of the stuff that really has that kind of holds that emotion in the notes, and you get that a lot with string instruments. He likes a good cello. So whenever there's cello in a track and double bass and the lower end of things, he's all for that. But this is why we disagree on so much stuff. Like, there's no way to me that this is better than Divine's Lament, because that has a easy to follow melody. It's not trying to be a atmospheric piece in the same way that this is. This is just a bit of music to play while you're on this, you know, exploring this area. You could say this is a bit more heartfelt. But this, to me, is where it sits in the background of a game, and it's there, and you enjoy it when it comes on. Whereas some of the other tracks on this list, I would listen to outside of it, you know. And that's kind of how a lot of games are. Like, I love, like, let's go with, let's say, Turok, the Game Boy games. Those things stick in my head. The N64 games, that music sticks in my head. Unreal Tournament, like, that's like music you can listen to whenever. If you want a good example of a soundtrack that I really, really don't like, The Ruined King is a League of Legends game. Far too dreary for me, far too slow. I've forgotten the composer that does it. He's a very good composer. He also did the Ori soundtracks, and even those Ori soundtracks, there's some good tracks there, but a lot of it doesn't do it for me, especially for a platformer. So I know I'm talking a lot over this track. It's very much just there. I don't really rate it. Ah, yeah, okay. This is probably, if my memory serves me right, the best track from the first game. There is a good bit of battle music, but the fact that you still put oh my god. I can kind of understand putting this above Divine's Lament. I just can't get over Reaper Coast being there. I think that's the thing that's throwing me off. This is what I mean by a memorable earworm. That guitar part, it's probably not even a guitar that's being played, but that very, very solid melody, and melodies are like what you need. Even though it's a bit simple melody, right? It's just Do 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 do. Like, it's the crossing over of those different instruments forms a really nice melody. It's not a complex track. It doesn't need to be complex. It just that everything revolves around da 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 da. Everything revolves around that. The track builds out from it. Yeah, it's a nice short piece of music. I think this is a battle theme. Sounds like a battle theme. The tambura playing. Got all the instruments. Yeah, it's the other battle theme that's really good. Again, simple, repeated patterns in the music make such a difference. Dun 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 dun. It's got that like urgency to it. That's how you know it's a battle theme with Divinity. I do wish some of the music in this game had like a more heavy on the drums, because I think it just emphasizes it. Because obviously you got that boom in this one. Nice use of choir or vocals behind that. I would say actually this track doesn't have a strong melody in the normal sense. Like little bits like that. Do 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 do. It's like short melodies, multiple short melodies. But it's easy to remember. There's a bit of the drums coming in. The hand thing. I don't know what specifically which one it is, but I don't think I'm not even sure I've ever heard the entirety of this. Then again, if it is battle music, I'm too busy focused on fighting. Ooh, that's very hopeful. Nice. Nice change. Does make me question what the top 3 tracks are. I mean, obviously Rivalon is one of them. There's the main theme. Let's have a look. What have you got that's similar to me? Divine's Lament and the main theme are the only two that... One of the top two is Rivalon, and probably the light version. So what's the other one? Sing for Me, maybe? I doubt it's Dancing with Sauce. Amber Ale, I doubt it. Quirky Bones, definitely not. Could be Ifan's theme or Queen's High C. There is a possibility for that. Going to number these up because I want to talk about the listing of these tracks when we're done. This is a really good title screen music. To be fair, Divinity Original Sin, the first one, has good title screen music as well. It's definitely got that adventurousness to it. It sets up, something awaits in the land beyond. That melody as well. Plays throughout the game. Bit of singing. Actually, I don't know if that's words or just la 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 la. Oh, there's so much in this track, like mystery, adventure, hopefulness, sadness. It's not often, to be honest, it's not often I like many games with orchestrated soundtracks. I just don't always think they hit, but I think they just kind of nailed it with the Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2. Especially 2. Okay. Which version of Rivalon is it though? Normal? You put in 1 and 2? God damn it, man. I know there's 2 different versions. Unless he's gonna put the other version in 1. I know the only reason that this is sitting at 2 is that it's too short. That'll be it. Guaranteed 100%. They'll be like, you know what, if this was like an extra minute longer, number 1. Strong melody in this track. I've really noticed listening to it actually. All the melodies in this game aren't... some of these tracks, they're quite short melodies, and then there's a change, and then it's not as obvious what the melody is. This is definitely not the light version. I think the light version doesn't have this crazy build at the end. Ba-da-da-da-da. See, this is like you have Reaper's Coast has its theme, you have Rivalon has its theme. This is just so much better. Obviously, hence why this is number 2. So Reaper's Coast is number 6. But Reaper's Coast, above Divine's Lament and like above 4 other songs, I don't know. Like it feels kind of crap. Just gotta call it out. A Tear in the Veil. Which one's this? Let's see if I know it when it kicks in. How the fuck does this even play? I don't know this. Like, I can't remember where this plays, nor can I remember this track at all. I'm sort of listening and absorbing because I don't know it that well. I'm like, is this something that is worthy of that number 1 spot? Obviously to him, it is. So there must be a reason for that. I'm looking for that reason. I was about to say, I can't be it, surely. How long is this one? Decent length. I think another thing for me as well is like, how memorable is that music while I'm playing the game? Because that will, when I go away and those are the tracks I remember, I'm like, yeah, that stands out. I have no idea where this plays in the game. I don't remember it. I don't know if it's near the end, in the middle. That's not to say that's with every track. I should make that clear, actually. Some stuff, when I did my list and did Quirky Bones, I have no idea where that plays in the game. I was just like, oh, this is fun. I'm wondering if this plays when you're in the spirit world. Got a nice build, actually. This is where it turns out it's like the final boss music or something. Final fight, I should say. going to pause it there so we got something on screen. Interesting list. Most of it's pretty decent. I think Reaper's Coast should be 10 if you're going to have it on there. I really don't see how you put that above Divine's Lament. And if there's any issue with this list, that is my issue with it. Because Divine's Lament is easily one of the best tracks in the game. Like, it should be top 4, I would say. So, Fort Joy and Reaper's Coast are by far the weakest tracks on this list, I reckon. I think part of their story, A Tale Awaits, they very much fit the theme of the game. I think they have that. There's a level of, like, adventure in those tracks. I know Your Tale Awaits is a little bit slower, but I think they're really good tracks for the game. Really like those. Divine's Lament to me is like I said, top 4. I had it as number 2 on my list. Bittersweet Regrets from the first game. I will be honest, like this video being like you might as well have not bothered with that. I understand why he's done it how he is, but like that is a really good track. But this entire list is just Divinity Original Sin 2. Like I'm not even sure I count this in the rest of this thing. Like I'm like take that one away because the rest. If it was half and half, or at least there was more tracks from the first game, fair enough. But I just don't. It's one track. I'm just kind of like, Broken Shackles is really good. Divinity Original Sin 2 main theme is really good. Rivalon's really good. A Tear in the Veil as his number 1. I can see why. I almost would put that at number 8. I think I'd shut. Welcome to Fort Joy, Reaper's Coast, A Tear in the Veil, by far the weakest tracks on this list. I think everything else fair enough, in whatever order. I think I get why he's picked those tracks. The ordering I'm not sure about, but Welcome to Fort Joy is just very much like it sticks with you because it's like it's not the first area of the game, but it's the first major area of the game. Reaper's Coasts, I'll be honest, I'm not sure why you picked that one. Like it's okay, but it's so unmemorable. And A Tear in the Veil, that's very much a Jack track in every sense, so I kind of understand that being. And the reason that's not a reason why Rivalon's not number 1 and that's number 2 is because it's too short, and I know that because he told me that before. It's probably changed now because obviously people's taste changed. It's probably he's heard that one more outside of the game and gone, actually, I quite like this. I think if I was to switch out those 3 tracks, I think I would keep everything that he's got. I would probably change the order, but I think Ifan's Theme / Reflections of the Past, and probably like Sing for Me, I think, and then probably Queen's High Seas. Like I think those tracks really add to the game's like variety, and also are really poignant moments in the game. And I think they're really awesome. Like Sing for Me, it's more of like an actual song, like one of the very few songs in the game. So I kind of get that. It's like the game's pop song, so maybe you wouldn't have that. But Ifan's Theme and Queen's High Seas have very distinct tracks. Like you couldn't see him putting like Amber Ale, Quirky Bones on there. Like Amber Ale, I really like, but it's because it's I think it plays in the pub and it's got an accordion in it. Yeah, fairly good list. I liked it. I think overall there's at least 7 songs in there that I'm like, yeah, this is cool. The other 3 don't suit my tastes, or at least I don't think they should be as high as they are. But yeah, can't really, you know, this is a list at the end of the day. I'm just here to rag on him because he does the same to me. Yeah, interesting. I have to see what, you know, I quite enjoy reacting to these videos. It's always interesting to see what somebody else's choices are and what sticks with them. Like obviously, like I said, my top 10 is very different. There are some crossovers, but ultimately, this is his favorite tracks from the series. You know, I definitely think if he was to do it again, just scrap Divinity 1 if it's only one song, put something else from Divinity 2 in there. But yeah, well, there we go. If more of these happen down the line, we will react to them. It's annoying that I might have to ask him to stick in like a little bit of an intro or something to stop, or like a bigger fade, so that when I click on the video, it doesn't immediately tell me that it's what number 10 is, which is the only issue I have, where it's like, I want to be surprised. And even, to be fair, YouTube's a pain in the ass. You move your mouse or scroll past it and it starts playing the video and you're like, oh no, I've spoiled it for myself. But yeah, any more of these come down the line that I'm interested in, I'll do it. If he does games that I won't. But if anything else pops up, we'll have a little gander. But until then, thank you very much for watching. As always, if you like the video, hit like. You want to see more content, then subscribe. My links will be down below for Facebook and Twitter. I will put the link below for the original video here to Jack's channel, as well as his channel and his other channels. Yeah, and until next video, I will see you then.